Skull Island has never been truly peaceful, but today, a new kind of terror has awakened from the depths of the ancient, misty, and unforgiving jungle. High above the jagged peaks, the air turns cold as a mysterious presence settles over the land, driving the local wildlife into a frenzied, panicked flight. Deep within the heart of the island, the mighty Kong rests, unaware that the silence of the morning is about to be shattered by an unseen intruder. Suddenly, the very foundation of the mountain trembles under the weight of something massive, and the king of the island opens his eyes in grim anticipation. Standing tall against the gray sky, Kong surveys his kingdom, sensing a disturbance that feels unlike any predator he has ever encountered in these dark woods. He lets out a thunderous roar that echoes through the valleys, yet the only response is a chilling silence and a colossal shadow gliding across the floor. In a desolate clearing where legends meet, the atmosphere thickens with dread as the true nature of this new threat begins to emerge from the darkness. From the pitch-black depths of an ancient cavern, massive talons with razor-sharp claws emerge, marking the arrival of a creature that should not exist in nature. Coarse, blood-red feathers shimmer under the dim light, revealing a hide as tough as iron and a presence that radiates a primal, terrifying energy of death. Not Godzilla, nor the Golden King Ghidorah. The opponent facing Kong today is a legendary creature from a strange reality, known only as the Feathered Assassin. Even the Great King is caught off guard by this bizarre challenger, whose size and ferocity match his own, defying every rule of the natural world. The beast caws a sound so distorted and haunting it vibrates through the trees, a war cry that signals the beginning of a truly legendary battle. Without hesitation, Kong charges across the valley, throwing the full weight of his massive frame into a devastating punch aimed directly at the avian intruder. But the assassin is ready, beating its colossal wings to generate a violent windstorm that halts the king's advance and creates a blinding veil of dust. With agility that defies its massive size, the creature slips past Kong's strike, moving like a blur of feathers and lethal intent in the gray light. Seizing the moment, the feathered monster strikes back with a beak that moves like a lightning bolt, aiming for the king's chest with deadly precision. The sheer force of the impact shatters solid rock as if it were glass, proving that a single direct hit could end the reign of Kong. Kong raises his powerful arms to defend himself, but the creature's sharp beak leaves deep, bloody furrows across his skin, drawing the first blood of war. The king of the island feels the sting of pain, a rare sensation for a god, as his own blood spills onto the soil of his home. Using its powerful legs, the feathered assassin launches into the air, delivering a thunderous double kick that sends a shockwave through the mighty ape's body. Sent reeling by the incredible force, the legendary king is thrown backward, crashing through ancient trees as he struggles to regain his footing against the onslaught. He hits the mountainside with the force of an earthquake, buried under a rain of stones as the assassin prepares for its final, lethal strike. As the heavens open and a torrential rain begins to fall, the battlefield transforms into a cold, wet arena where only the strongest will survive tonight. But a king does not stay down for long. Kong rises from the debris, his eyes burning with a primal fury that signals a change in tide. Harnessing the environment itself, he rips an ancient tree from the earth, transforming the giant wood into a weapon of mass destruction for the coming clash. With a roar that shakes the very clouds, Kong swings his improvised club, a massive arc of power designed to shatter the bones of his feathered foe. The impact is colossal. The massive trunk connects squarely with the assassin's head, stopping its charge mid-air and sending feathers flying into the rainy wind. A cloud of dark feathers explodes into the air, and for the first time, the feathered assassin looks vulnerable as it staggers under Kong's massive strength. Seizing the opening, Kong leaps onto the back of the creature, his massive hands gripping its neck like a vice, determined to bring the beast down. He rains down a barrage of thunderous punches, each blow carrying the weight of the island's legacy, punishing the intruder for daring to challenge his throne. The monster screeches in agony and rage, thrashing its body with violent intensity as it tries to dislodge the heavy king from its bleeding feathered back. Amidst the storm and the chaos, the king's roar echoes louder than the thunder, asserting his dominance over the creature that thought it could kill him. The final stage of the battle moves to the island's highest peak, where lightning dances across the sky and the air crackles with pure, raw energy. Sensing its end, the feathered assassin taps into an ancient, hidden power, its comb glowing with the heat of 1,000 suns in the dark night. It takes to the sky, soaring higher than any bird has ever flown, becoming a silhouette of fire against the backdrop of the flashing lightning above. In a final, desperate move, it dives back toward the earth like a falling star, shrouded in flames and aiming to annihilate everything in its path. Kong stands firm on the edge of the world, his muscles tensing for one last strike that will decide the fate of Skull Island once and for. The collision is blinding. A massive explosion of light and sound erupts as the king's fist meets the assassin's beak in a clash of pure titans. A shockwave of incredible power ripples across the island, flattening the jungle and silencing the storm as the true force of their battle is revealed. Thrown back by the blast, both warriors land on the scorched earth, their bodies steaming and their breath coming in heavy, exhausted gasps of survival. The dust settles on a face marked by battle. In the king's eyes, there is no more hate, only the grim respect for a worthy adversary. As the sun sets over the broken forest, the fires of war begin to fade into the quiet, somber colors of a dying, blood-soaked afternoon. The feathered assassin retreats into the shadows where it belongs, leaving the island to its rightful ruler, at least for one more night of peace. Kong remains as the sole guardian of this mysterious land, a legend among legends, watching the horizon with a heart heavy with the weight of kingship. The cycle of nature takes a terrifying turn as the Empire of Feathers prepares to rise. Are you ready for the next chapter of this legend?